Hello, kind friends. Today I want to summarize my results for the year of 2024. How many works I have colored, how many new books I got, things like that, and to show you all my completed illustrations. There are not that many illustrations, so we'll be able to see them in one video. I colored 88 pages and it's 81 illustration with 7 double spreads. As you can see, not that many. I know people who colored that amount for 2 months, but I'm more slow colorist. For comparison, last year I colored 77 illustrations, so a little bit more this year. From these 88 pages, 15 PDF printed pages and 38 books. I can't say that I'm too happy about my results, too pleased, because for example, I didn't color in books that I love, like Kerberos. I colored only one illustration, or portraits from Anastasia Koldareva, haven't colored any. My favorite book, Moon Blossoms, haven't colored any page, though previous years I colored 3 or 4 illustrations during a year. So I'm not pleased with myself that I didn't choose those books to color in, but now I can see this, and for the next year I can plan more carefully. Maybe I want to choose books that I want to color more in the next year. So such summarizing, it helps to see what you like, what you don't like. I had 3 whips by the end of the year, and usually I finish all my whips, but not this year. I finished 2 whips. One illustration I recolored completely, and one whip I still have, because this illustration I don't feel like coloring it now, no mood at all. So instead of forcing myself, and usually when you force yourself, then you get not very nice result. So I will wait. I think the mood will come sooner or later. So let me start with my new coloring books. I got 14 new coloring books during the year, and I started only one of them. I will show you really quickly. Immortal Ink, I bought it because there is François Gauthier illustrations. It tattoo coloring book, but some illustrations are really nice, like for example this one or this one. I like surrealism. Yeah. Then the official Dune coloring book and illustration Tomislav Tomic. And I watched the second part this year, so I felt like having this book. Gods and Goddesses by Indian artist Krishna Tridevi. Got this one because I like the characters. They are drawn in more not typical way, as usually you can see Indian gods and goddesses. Like, look at this, a girl no girl, Lakshmi for this one. This book called Famous Books Characters, and usually I don't take such books that has example, but this one was so pretty, and the books from my childhood, so I thought I wanted, and I want to try to color looking at the example. Egyptian mythology, of course I couldn't miss this one. Another artist, another version of gods. It's always interesting. Legends of Dark Mythology. Again, mythology, I like it. And these books are not that thick, so it's possible to finish them if you color in them, of course. Another Indian gods and goddesses themed book. Again, as you can see, different style of illustrations, so that's what I like. The Occult and Folklore coloring book by Duchess of Lore. Love it. This book is not for everyone. It's very specific, but I do like such style. Turn out. So I really look forward to start coloring in this book. Anime Crush. That was a gift from one of my subscribers. Anime. House of the Dragon. Again, Tomislav Tomic. And yeah, I like it. Even just to look at this book, or at all these characters, to remember the TV series. Old Forest Fairy Tales by Polina Guskova. Again, kind of mythology, fairy tales theme. You know this artist by the Star Rain coloring book. And this one is a little bit different style. And of course I like this stuff. Then two books by Anastasia Koldeva, Listen to the Wind, Exotica. But as I have mentioned, I haven't colored even a single portrait from Anastasia's books, including these two new. And finally, the last new book, which I have started. What's the name in English? Believe in Magic, Claire Scully. And I finished this page. I really like this pattern. And so let's start now to all my completed illustrations for 2024. At first I will show this small one by Kevin Theo. Part of illustrations you could see not long ago in my video about finishing 50 prompts in our Find and Color challenge. So I will not talk much about each illustration, but there are some pictures that I haven't shown anywhere. You haven't seen those, so I think it's going to be interesting. So Kevin Theo, this Chinese girl, and let me show in this file I keep illustrations also. This was drawn by my daughter, the one that finished the Lost Ocean book. It's watercolor. I told you she draws better than me. Look at these bees, so realistic. And this as well, even people. And one more illustration by her, again in watercolor. And I'm not that good with watercolor, and she can draw like this with this medium. Okay, back to my illustrations. This dragon is from Coloring Heaven, Dragons in Nature by Anastasia Koldreva. Vishan Ong, Starry Night Special, again Coloring Heaven. Cats Special, one of my favorite illustrations of the year. This cat, he turned out so pretty. This is Hivaga by Mardel Rubio. Matt Davidson, Pirate Girl. There's some patterns on fabrics which I like here as well. Lenka Filonenko, Gemini, zodiac sign. This one I haven't shown yet. This is by Katya Suresh, Slavic Beauty. Quite simple illustration, but look how nice it looks, right? Beautiful. And from this set I have Indian girl and Norse girl and someone else. Mark Coyle, Animal Portraits. A Giraffe by Deborah Muller. Again, quite simple illustration, but so lovely, so cute, so positive. So you enjoy coloring this type of illustrations. Another picture with giraffes by Kevin Theo. Again, there is a set, and there's some other girls with different animals, and I want to color them all. Mariola Budek. I like how hair turned out here. Blue Art Dream, Venice. Again, I think this one of my favorite illustrations. I like her costume, different shades of red, and on this dress there's golden gel pen, some patterns on the fabric. Again, maybe you can't see on camera properly. Beautiful. The illustration itself is very beautiful. Zan von Zet, another pirate girl. For now I have quite a collection of completed pirate girls, but not a single pirate boy. Though I do have some, but I always choose a girl. Then, if you remember, at the start of the year I had plans like this zodiac set by Any Coloring, and I wanted to color every month another sign, and to finish all the 12 by the end of the year. But what do you think? I colored 3, but then when I started the 4th, the mood was gone. I was tired of this style, and I don't know, maybe the illustration I didn't like that much, but I started in May and finished only last week because it was a whip. So that's why I need to change styles and artists because I get tired to color same style illustrations. Anyway, this was the first one, Capricorn, I believe. I like the style she drew these characters, and I like to color them in some cosmic style, I don't know, with bright colors, different skin color as well. That was the second one, Aquarius. You can see green skin. Fish. And that's the one that I started in May and finished in December. I don't know, I was not happy with these horns to color them. I don't know why. But now I'm happy with the result. Again, it turned out in this cosmic style, very bright. So I hope I will continue next year. At least some of designs I will color. And Lika Landell, this cute girl. So that's all with PDF and single pages. And now we'll look through the books. Metamorphosis by Amélie Barnatan. And this guy with flowery beard. This book, there's a series of books by same publisher. They're quite thin, and I have colored Africa one, and I want to finish this one, like Celtic patterns. But again, I colored 3 illustrations in a row, and then I got tired. And besides, illustrations are double-sided, and you can see even when I use water-based markers, it's like that. And then I have to color with something else to cover all these bleedings. And it, of course, annoys me and slows the process. Anyway, I colored this page. Again, there was something to cover up, and so I used acrylic painters, but still here and there you can see some spots, but more or less it looks nice. And then you get that from style. I colored 3 pictures, and yeah, I needed to change the topic. This dragon, not that many left for me to finish in this book, so I hope I will finish it. And this illustration as well. It looks nice when colored. Then I colored in all 3 books by Melpomene Chattopanayiotou, Enchanted Earth. 2 illustrations from this book, this map, and this one. Quite relaxing coloring, enjoyable. All you need just to pick some colors, and that's it. And you will get nice result. Circle of Life. Again, 2 illustrations here. One with these crocodiles. You can't see on camera because there are different shades of green, but on camera they all look kind of same. But we have what we have. And another one, this one. Again, very pretty, flamingo, waterfall. It's when I looked through my all completed pages and what I was not that much pleased with myself, most of illustrations are like this. I mean, they're not too simple, but they are not that complicated, like in the middle. And so I was like, I need to color some more complicated illustrations, like, I don't know, Anastasia Kudryava portraits, not just more easy pictures. They're enjoyable, yes, but I do have other pictures. Nature mandalas, and here one illustration. This mandala with mushrooms, very pretty. Again, very pretty mandalas in this book. I really enjoy coloring them. And speaking of mandalas, I've got this book last year, and I started in 2024 and colored 12 illustrations. Mostly I use markers here. I like that they are so big and very easy coloring, and the designs are quite pretty. Some more simple but still pretty. And here I tried water-based markers, and I'm not that happy with the result. It looks more palish, and you can see some spots here and there, but this one more or less okay. Again, markers, but these are kids markers, and you can compare like this or this here, Winsor and Newton, and this is kids markers, and you can see these are more like bright. These are more calm colors. But this one also nice for mandalas, it's okay. And here I used again water-based markers, different, and it looks terrible. So I had to cover everything with pencils. At least it now looks decent. Quite a lot. I think I will finish this book next year. That was the last one. Gugeli, fine color. Double spread here. More gloomy atmosphere. But I felt like this about this illustration. And here I used watercolor a little bit. And look at all those pearls. Had to work on each of them. Quite happy with the result, though not exactly my colors. Wait. This was one of my new books of last year, and I started it this year. Vishaan Ong, Divine Feminine, and this goddess Epona. I'm quite happy with the result, how the horse turned out. I added all those shading myself because it was just plain drawing, and I like the colors. Zen Doodle, my first illustration in this book. Terrible paper, but I'm happy with the result. It took me quite some time because of the paper, but I like how it turned out at the end. Very cute illustrations, but so bad paper. Cat Therapy, another simple, easy coloring. This chess queen. Sometimes I still feel like coloring something like this, very simple and quick. Mythographic and Magical Earth, only one illustration this year, but I do like it, and I would say one of my favorite illustrations of the year. Again, a bit gloomy sad atmosphere, nostalgic. I added rain here. Cat Therapy, Karen coloring book. I colored this cocktail bar. Quite pretty, a lot of greenery. Unicorns, another simple coloring book, but strange enough I like it. And I colored this one. It was for cactus prompt, I believe. I color with markers here, and sometimes I add some sparkle and shading with pencils. And then there was one whip which I finished. I believe I forgot about it completely, and then I noticed that I still have whip here. I believe it was for stars prompt. Anyway, yeah, I finished it. Look, it looks quite pretty. It's very simple, but still when colored it looks very pretty. Some sparkle on these buildings, some sparkle on unicorns and stars. I'm happy that at least I colored something in Fantasia by Nick Filbert this year, this scarab. And again, I think it's one of my favorite illustrations of the year. Looks quite realistic and pretty, this jewelry piece. Another book that I'm happy about, Evelyn's Son by Tomislav Tomic, that I colored something in it, and not just something, but 3 illustrations. These 2, it's not a double spread, like, I mean, they're separate illustrations, but I wanted to color them in similar colors, and I'm quite happy how it looks now. And the third picture is this fairy, a different color palette completely. Very summery, juicy, I would say. All that greenery. I like how mice turn out. I added some writing on this scroll. Yeah, quite happy with the result in this book. Another book, Chinese Opera, and this Chinese coloring book. I wanted to color something again easy and quick, but I didn't want to color mandala at the moment, so I found this book and thought I haven't colored it in it for a long time. And there are some illustrations, there are some more complicated like characters, which I like, but there are some like this mask. And so I decided instead of mandala to color a couple of these masks. There is name of the characters, and you can Google and find how these masks supposed to look. And I used acrylic markers here because again double-sided illustrations, and even water-based markers, they bleed through, so very difficult to color in such type of books. And the third one, color this guy. Then I colored in 2 books by Hanna Karlsson, Atlantis. And as I mentioned, I've got a Swedish publisher, and I'm not happy because I tried Derwent Inktense here and it works terrible on this paper, and I looked forward to use Inktense in this book as I use it in jewelry books, especially this illustration, but now I don't know what to do. Sometimes I even feel like maybe I should order another copy by Gibbs Smith. Anyway, that's my result. Can't say I'm that happy, because I started with Inktense and it worked terrible, and then I had to cover it with pencils, and so that's what I've got. It's okay, I think. I like the colors, but not quite happy. And Julie Books, which one? By Gibbs Smith and Inktense work so nicely in this book. And I finished this illustration. Pretty, I think. Then here comes this book, HBO Game of Thrones. It was not a new work. If you watch my channel for quite some time, and some time ago I showed all my collection of books with all completed illustrations, and then I mentioned that if you ask me what is my worst work, it was from this book. I include photo of before, how it looked. Of course, I colored it quite a long time ago, maybe 5 years ago, maybe even 6, I don't know, but still it looks so terrible. I don't know what I was thinking. These colors like yellow, orange, these green faces, I don't know what I was thinking, and I hated this illustration. And now I'm working on my coloring books tracker. And when I looked at this book, and I thought, no, I can't consider these pages completed because they look so terrible. And so I decided to recolor it. As you know, recolor it's more difficult than if you start color normally. But compare before and after. Camera makes it a little bit lighter than it is. Maybe I will try to edit it, that you could see how it looks in reality. But now I'm happy. Now it looks like more realistic, more like in the movie, the whole of many faces. But yeah, it took me quite some time because I had to use pencils now, and I had to change this color of faces. This green, it was really very difficult to get rid. Some places, like here, I covered her neck with black, and it was really very hard to get rid of. But at least now I can consider this double spread finished. I used Prismas. Now they so shiny. I like this light here, and even the frame. Before it looked really terrible. So I'm quite happy with this book and that I redid it. Okay, next book. A Lost Ocean by Joanna Basford, and it's the only book by Joanna that I colored in this year. And again, more simple illustration, mandala type, fish mandala in pastel colors. I felt like this. Background is also like from lighter to darker colors, but still quite pastel tones. Alice's Adventures in Wonderland by Forest Diver. It was last year's new book, and I started it this year and completed 2 illustrations. This Cheshire Cat. I like the illustration, how this character depicted here. And another this one. This was not one of my favorite pictures in the book, but it was from flamingos, and I started and I thought I would start with this picture. Myths by Patrick Alvarez, Filipino myths. And I colored this illustration again, more realistic, more natural color palette here. Little Mermaid Friends by Teresa Goodrich. Very cute book, very cute illustrations. And I colored this Little Mermaid. The Nature Mandala by Cynthia Emerly. Only one illustration. Usually I colored more in this book, but this year turned out that only one picture. Rooster Mandala. Again, there's a lot of colored in this book, and I would like to finish it. The Princess by Anne Kronheimer. This double spread. Again, not that very good paper in this book, so it creates some difficulty in completing. You don't know what media to use. Coloring Heaven Ink House by Rory Dobner. I love this dog. Quite simple illustration, but I like the result because of contrast of the colors, brightness. White Flower Folk by Christine Caron, one of my last year's new book, and I completed 2 illustrations. One is this Targaryen girl, I call her, a girl with a dragon. Since she's a Targaryen, so she has this hair color and eye color. Another one is a fairy, very cute and lovely. Astrology by Anna Jaren, and I colored this Scottish cow, bull. Quite simple illustration, right? It's like just cow's head and some flowers, but because of the colors I chose, I really like it. Quite unusual background for a cow, I would say, but that's what I like about this picture. I would say it's one of my favorites of the year, and thanks to colors. Love this contrast. Ghosts and Beasts by Adam Fisher. Usually I color more in this book, but only 2 pictures this year. This scary looking guy with red face, and this Chinese dragon. Looks a bit too pale to my taste. I don't know. The only illustration in Kirby books, Alien Worlds. I wish I colored more in Kirby books, but with the result of this illustration I'm happy. This selfie taking alien, I read the description of the planet, of the character, and I tried to color him accordingly in these wintry colors, and I like the result. And Jason Momoa by Maurizio Campidelli. 2 pictures in this book. This one, I like the brightness of this illustration, but Jason himself doesn't look like himself that much, but still recognizable. But on another picture, I think he looks like Jason Momoa. Different color palette here. One of my favorite illustrations in this book. Very romantic, and Jason looks so nice. Dream Weaver by Olivia Whitworth. Double spread here. Again, it's rather gloomy looking in reality, and again camera makes it lighter. I felt like this, it's like a very gloomy forest, and so I used this dark greens, moss green. I used intense here. Again, very nice book, but the paper creates some difficulty. I mean, you can use pencils all right on this paper, but with double spreads it's really very hard to use pencils only. I will show you. I did use only pencils. This one looks nice, beautiful, but man, it was so time consuming and hard. And finally, the last book, Mademoiselle Katz, and I colored the most pages from this book this year, mostly thanks to our challenge Find and Color. This was Prom Chess, double spread. Another one, Umbrella, again double spread. This was for Balloon. Look, all the colors came on this page. I think I can erase this. This one I colored without challenge. I thought I will finish this boring brick wall one of the evenings. And the last one, again double spread. One of my favorites in this book so far. These cute cats. I had to redo them a little bit. The background here is actually in green color and more smooth than you can see on camera. I don't know why it has such effect. So these were my all completed pages of 2024. I'll be glad if you mention in comments which illustrations you like the most. And thank you for staying with me. We're coming to New Year, and I wish you a happy New Year, and I hope this New Year would be very nice for nice people, and we continue our hobby, we continue to share our works with each other. It's always enjoyable. So thank you for staying with me. See you next time. Bye.